Okay, so here's a story from Salon that I've had here for a couple of days, and I certainly needed to mention. It says, as we go back to the abortion law down in Texas, it says, as pro-choice and reproductive health groups are scrambling to make sense of Texas's new near-total abortion ban that went into effect this week, it appears their efforts to skirt the law are getting an unexpected boost from one organization in particular, the Satanic Temple. The Supreme Court on Wednesday night allowed the state to implement its ban, so on and so forth. We know about that. Enter the Satanic Temple, the non-theistic organization which is headquartered in Salem, Massachusetts. Non-theistic in quotes there, that's what they call themselves. They joined the legal fray this week by sending a letter to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration demanding access to abortion pills for its members. The group has established an abortion ritual and is attempting to use the Religious Freedom Restoration Act to argue that its members should be allowed access to abortion drugs for religious purposes. The Satanic Temple spokesperson Lucian Greaves told the San Antonio Current, I am sure Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, who famously spends a good deal of his time composing press releases about religious liberty issues in other states, will be proud to see that Texas's robust religious liberty laws, which he so vociferously champions, will prevent future abortion rituals from being interrupted by superfluous government restrictions meant only to shame and harass those seeking an abortion. Now, you could say that this is that there's a lot of trolling going on by the Satanic Temple, and that it seems like that's how they spend most of their time, kind of like PETA. There's in fact there are a lot of comparisons you can make between PETA and the Satanic Temple. We won't get into all of them right here, but that's a show unto itself. But probably the primary thing is they spend a lot of time trolling, so you could say that that's what this is. I don't expect that this legal challenge will really go anywhere, but there's a real deep truth here, and I'm actually glad that they're making this attempt, assuming that it's not going to work, because it's true that abortion is in essence a satanic ritual. The only misleading thing here is the idea that you have to be officially, a member of the Satanic Temple to take part in this religious ritual or to see it as such. What is a Satanist? Okay, a Satanist follows their leader, Satan, in rejecting God and saying, I am going to worship myself. I don't want God, I want myself. So Satanism, it doesn't have to be. There's the kind of theistic Satanism where we're literally worshiping the devil. There's probably not a whole lot of that happening, not directly. And the people who belong to the Satanic Temple, they'll tell you that no, we don't sacrifice goats on the altar, spill the blood in honor of our of Lucifer. They'll be pretty direct and tell you, no, this is just about celebrating us. It's about celebrating our freedom, and that's what Satanism is. So there are a lot of Satanists in this country who don't identify as it. People who believe in worshiping the self. That's what leftism is. I have always said that I think leftism and Satanism are interchangeable. They're the same thing. They are both a worship, an elevation of the self above all else, above truth, above God, above beauty, all that matters, above reality itself. All that matters is the self. Abortion is the high sacrament of this satanic leftism. What higher sacrament could there be than a woman killing her own child for her sake, saying that I care so much about my convenience and my pleasure and my so-called freedom that I will kill my own child. I will sacrifice my child on this altar, the altar of the self. So it's a long way of saying that I actually agree with them that abortion is in effect a religious ritual. But it should still be banned because you're murdering a human being. Well, I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Matt Walsh Show. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right down there so you can stay up to date on all of our future content.